Welcome to Deep Thought. Have the strength to course correct. Now, I started out talking about spiraling and keeping track of significant events, right? You got to have the strength to course correct. If you spiraling downward or the significant events, if you keep that calendar of significant events like I suggested, and you notice things ain't going the way you want to go, you got to have the strength, the ability, the gumption, the balls if you're a male, the ovaries if you're a female, to course correct. Because here's the thing with spiraling. Once you start going in a different direction, every year it's just going to get worse. It is going to get worse. That is just a reality. Okay? That's just a reality. It's going to get worse. Because I'm going to tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. When people when you start going in a certain direction, your momentum will keep you in there. Because I'm gonna tell you, it happens on a deep level. Because once you get used to something, your body actually responds to it. Like if, say you're in a situation where you're broke, right? You're broke. You don't have the money. And when I say broke, I don't mean you just spending your money wrong. I mean, you just ain't making the money, period. Right? And, that'll be 1 year. You're real broke, but you don't really do anything to really truly correct it. And then the next year, it might be worse. It might be worse. That's how a lot of people, if you look at a lot of people, when they go down, it's rarely, very rarely just a quick drop. It's like a slow thing. When people get worse at I don't care what it is. Maybe it's working on the job. It's a slow drop. Like I'm familiar with someone who started out, a woman. I'm going to be very careful how I say this, but she started out in a very prestigious position in her life. Very prestigious. But then she made some missteps there and then was down to a lesser position. Made some missteps there in an even lesser position, right? And I was just like, wow. And then I've known people, they might have started out making money and doing well, but they just keep going. Indeed, one of my books is called Starting from Zero. And it's a work of fiction, but there's a lot of lessons in there. And as the main character basically goes down to zero. Indeed, the way I numbered the chapters, I didn't start at a chapter 1. I started at a chapter 24 and just counted down. Because my whole point was to say, okay, this guy is going down. And it could take a while. He didn't go down right away. It took him a year or so to really go down. But, it could happen. All right, fine. But one of the things he did once he hit bottom, he had to course correct. But see, in order to do that, you had to have the strength. First of all, you have to realize, hey, wait a minute. Where I'm going is not who I am. I'm not spiraling, and these things keep happening. Now, I said you want to spiral, you always want to go up, and then you want to keep track of significant events just to track whether you're going up or down. Once you realize you do those things, once you embrace the idea of spiraling and the idea of keeping track of what's going on, you can see what's up. But then even knowing what's going on, because I've talked to a lot of people over the years. A lot of people know they're not going in the right direction. A lot of people know it. They know they jacked up. It's really pitiful when somebody don't know it. But a lot of people know it. They know it deep down. Indeed, despite what people show publicly, they know it's like, you know what, this ain't what I want. This ain't where I'm going. You got to have the strength to course correct. You got to have the strength because it's a monumental task. It's hard because once you're going in a certain direction, it's like you going on a stream. You just riding along. You might be in your canoe or even raft, whatever. You just going along. It's going to take a lot of strength to stop it and maybe get out of that stream to go. Because you just flowing along, da 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 da. You just going with the flow. It takes a lot. Or if you flowing with the herd or the people or whatever, it takes a lot to break through that. Because see, here's the thing. Once you start going on that negative path, it becomes a habit. You get used to it. You know, you start carrying it. You know, okay, let me use an example of teeth. Let's say you haven't gone to the dentist in a while and you haven't had your teeth cleaned. And all of a sudden you get your gums start jacking up because that plaque get under your gums and everything, right? But instead of cleaning it, you get used to it. And even though your breath might smell, you get used to maybe covering it up, right? Or you get used to the blood that's coming out. You get used to it, but you don't do anything about it. But it will require strength on your part. One, you got to get some money to get your teeth cleaned and really what's called deep scaling, right? And you got to have strength to go through it because they got to get under your gums. And I ain't going to lie, I've had deep scaling before. That's why I know this example. That's some tough thing, but it's worth it. I had to have strength to sit through that. That's a tough thing, right? You got to have strength. I don't care what it is, whatever the problem is. It could be you carrying too much weight and it's detrimental, causing other things like high blood pressure and diabetes or something. You got to have the strength to take care of it. But then overall in life, if you're going in a bad direction, you got to have the strength to correct that course. And it's tough, but it's brave when you do it. It's brave because you don't necessarily get money for it. You don't get praise because everybody, unless you announce it to the world, they don't know it. And even announcing it to the world might not be a bright thing because a lot of people, once they know you in a certain way, they don't want to see you improve. In fact, that's something I need to talk about at some point. They don't want to see you improve. They are comfortable where you at because it makes them feel good. So, you might have to have the strength to go against the people around you. Like you get some people, they just drop to the point of they just hanging around a bunch of bums and everything like that. So it might be hard because you got what you think to be friends. But then you might have to say, you know what, I got to roll from this. Yeah, these people cool and everything, and they've been supportive, but they ain't really helping me to expand. You got to have the strength to do that, all right? Very important. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll talk to y'all later. I want y'all to spiral, okay? Peace and blessings.